really don't know how you convince them. And Blizzard! Blizzard! What the heck? Hey everybody, it's Jordan, and welcome to my life. I'm joined with Blizzard, my snow corn snake, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys some tips and tricks to help you convince your parents to let you get a slithery little snake. Alrighty, so before I start giving you guys some tips, I just want to make sure that you guys know that this might take a bit of time to do. You got to get it in your head that your parents are most likely scared of the snakes, and you don't want to rush anything. So that goes two ways. First off, you don't want to rush getting the animal. I've explained this in a video that I did called Choosing Your Pet Corn Snake, and you just don't want to rush everything because this is an animal. You got to provide it with a proper home, habitat. You don't want to cheap out on everything. So make sure that you take your time in that aspect. The other aspect is that you don't want to rush your parents doing anything that they're either uncomfortable with. You don't want to all of a sudden be like, hey, here's a snake, hold it, don't be scared. Like, you don't do that. You got to do it slowly at their pace, and you also don't want to come off as being annoying with all of your information that you gathered. So just make sure that you aren't, being super annoying or getting mad at them or getting in arguments or anything. That's not going to help you at all. So basically the first thing you got to do, which I already kind of mentioned, is that you got to educate them, because the number one aspect that I personally believe that parents won't let their kids get a reptile or a snake mostly is because they're scared of them. Now, whether that's a past experience they had when they were a kid, or they've just always, seen in the media that snakes are portrayed as being mean, you got to change that. So you can take them to the pet store, give them information, do all of this stuff just to show them that snakes are harmless and that they're super, super easy to take care of as well. And just educate them. You can do this your own way. I'm not going to, go into super big details about read this certain newspaper. Like, it's up to you. I'm just telling you, you got to educate them and bring them to expos, bring them to the pet store, just all the information you can get, just tell them. Make sure that they realize that snakes aren't scary. Now, as you're doing that, you also got to prove that you're responsible enough and that you save your money up, because mostly parents aren't going to want to buy everything for the snake. They're not going to want to have to do the work for it. So if you prove that you're responsible enough to take care of this animal by yourself and you have enough money to support it, then you're going to do fine. Also, really quick, I just want to mention that you got to make sure that you're doing your education and your research as well on the specific type of snake that you want. So basically just plan out how you're going to sort of try to convince them and, get some information, figure out what snake you want to get, figure out the cost of everything, make sure that you have enough space for stuff, because Blizzard right now is in a 40-gallon tank, and that takes up an entire desk in my room. So you got to make sure that whatever snake you're getting, you know how big they're going to get, and you know how much space they're going to take up, and how much they're going to cost. And now, as you kind of do that over the, a few weeks to a couple of months, your parents are going to start realizing that snakes aren't as harmful as the media portrays, and they're also going to start realizing that you are responsible enough to own a pet, and you got to show that it's your passion. Like, this is what you really want when you've been interested in them, and you just got to prove that you're willing to take care of this animal for as long as it lives. The other thing that really helped me is I make PowerPoints and stuff when I try to convince my parents to let me get stuff, and I haven't done it for a couple of years, of course, because I already got Blizzard and Merlot and stuff. But the best thing that I find to do is making a PowerPoint or videos like I'm doing, just explaining that you really like them and stuff, because sometimes they don't want to sit there and listen to you talk while they're busy. So maybe, make little videos or a little PowerPoint just explaining how much you want. Show all of the information that you've learned. Show the price of everything. If they have questions, you're going to be able to answer them. Make sure that you just touch on every subject as well. For example, some parents might not be comfortable with snakes eating mice, so you got to explain that it's, you're going to clean up after yourself. You're going to do all of this stuff to make sure that nothing's contaminated and stuff like that. So you don't want to have any surprises. You don't want to be like, oh, just let me get my snake, it'll be fine, and all of a sudden you get home and they're like, what are these dead mice doing? You're like, I forgot to mention that. And the other thing that I did that actually really helped me is I actually did a speech at school. And I remember this was almost 4 years ago now. I was in grade 8. And we had to do public speaking. So what I did, I asked the teacher if I could do a speech on why snakes aren't scary, and he said I could, and then I'm like, hey, why don't I step it up a notch? Like, can I bring in my friend Snake for the speech? And he's like, oh, I don't know, you're gonna have to talk to the principal and stuff. So anyways, I ended up being allowed to do that. So I actually went and got my friend Snake, brought it into school that one day, did an entire speech about how they're not scary, showed the snake around to everybody touched it, and I feel like it was a really good experience. And now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how did that help, convince your mom? Because you're at school. And it's like, well, because she showed how much effort I put into it. She helped me with the speech and stuff. And, you know, after that, it was literally like the day after that I finished that speech at school, that I got home one day and she was like, you know what, we're gonna let you get a snake, and I like did a backflip. Just kidding, I can't do a backflip. Now just a quick overview one more time of how you guys can, basically the things I covered in this video, is what you just gotta do is research a lot on your own, educate your parents so that they know that snakes aren't scary, save up your money, show that you're responsible, and keep letting them know that you want a snake really badly, and show all of the positive reasons why it would be beneficial to you. And then basically, you know, just make a PowerPoint, do a speech, make a video, do whatever you gotta do that might help you convince your parents, because all parents are different. This is what I did to convince my parents. Yours might be a little bit different, so definitely just leave any comments in the comment section below if you have any questions that, you know, I didn't think of, or things that might be happening to you that didn't have to happen to me, and stuff like that. So just, I'm an open book. Feel free to ask me questions about tips and tricks. Anyways, that is about all the time we've got for this video. So please like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Have a fantastic day.